Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hip Horse. Tommy D. Best time of the year, November, beginning of November. Breeders' Cup is here. We're going to take a look at the races on Saturday, November 4th. We did a video pre-entries for the Future Stars on Friday. This is pre-entries, post-drawn, shooting this on Saturday. Going to try to get this out before Monday, guys. Hopefully on Monday before the post positions are drawn. And then stay tuned more for top picks videos coming. This is a first look at big races on Saturday. Enough talk, let's get right to it. Race 3 is going to be the first one. This is going to be 11:30 Pacific Standard Time. Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, going 1 mile. Looks like a really nice field here. And once again, a lot of things are changing. Some horses working out, getting on the track, doing some light work, jogging over the track, just getting comfortable with the surface. But please pay attention to the reports because a lot of things happen as of late. Go Rocket Go, Go Rocket Ride is going to be out, I believe. So just pay attention to all the updates there in the Breeders' Cup reports. All right, let's take a look at the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. A couple little horses that we're going to take a look at here. First one's going to be a 6-year-old gelding, Algiers. Simon Crisford trains this horse. Second in the Dunham Cup Grade 3 from Woodbine. Finished second in the Dubai World Cup, so some class there. Won 2 out of 3 at the mile distance here. So Algiers, this Irish bred, I think has a really nice shot at this mile on the dirt. You know, has a win in UAE on the dirt, and then obviously its performance in the Dubai World Cup. So Algiers is the first one that I'll mark down to take a look at here. The next one is Bright Future, trained by Todd Pletcher. Won 2 in a row, put up 100 buyer, 103, and won the Jockey Club Gold Cup Grade 1. Just nosed out Proxy, who also another one. So this 4-year-old colt, son of Curlin, I think just has a really nice shot here. Should be part of the speed. That's Bright Future. The next one we'll talk about is Cody's Wish. A really nice story here. Won 7 out of its 8 last starts. 10 out of 15 in its career. Bill Mott trains. Won the Vosburg Grade 2 from the Belmont at Aqueduct last time out. Was third in the Whitney by 10. White Obario won that one. And then, in the Metropolitan, won that by 3 1/4. And that's the mile distance. So that's what we're looking at for today. 7 for 7 at the mile distance. Cody's Witch, Godolphin owner breeder here. So looking for a big day there. The next one we'll talk about is Mage. Mage, the Travers. Muddy track, did not have much success there. Came in 7th by 15 lengths, 2nd in the Haskell, 3rd in the Preakness. Was your Kentucky Derby winner, so we know the class and the skill is there. Mile distance, it broke its maiden at 7 furlongs, and then obviously won the Kentucky Derby at 1 1/4. So 7 starts, 2 wins for Mage. Let's move on to the next one. We're going to talk about Practical Move. Tim Yachtine trains this one. 3 for 3 in 2023. Over $700,000 in earnings. Won the Santa Anita Derby. Won the San Felipe Grade 2. Both from Santa Anita. 4 for 4 over the Santa Anita track. So people that say horses for courses. Tim Yachtine, local Southern California trainer, was with Bob Baffert for a long time. Practical Joke, the son of Practical Joke. That's the 3-year-old Practical Move. Let's move on to the last one I'll highlight here in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, and that's going to be Zozos. Zozos, trained by Brad Cox, 99 buyer last time, went wire to wire in the ACK Grade 3 from Churchill Downs. This is a 4-year-old colt, son of Munnings. Likes the mile distance, won 3 for 3 at the distance, and should be part of the speed, speed up front scenario. And also won 4 out of its last 5 races. Has a couple hundred buyers in there also. Winning the Knicks Go at Churchill Downs. Also another Grade 3. So a couple Grade 3s under its belt. But Brad Cox, big winning trainer here, 24% graded stakes. And that's going to give you a first look at the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. That's going to be on Saturday, and that's going to be the first of many good races. And when you take a look at this, what an unbelievable field you have. And also put down in the comments who you guys like. Get involved, all the regulars. You know who you are. I love when you get involved. I know we have a lot of people over in Europe that follow us. And also, if you're new to the channel, give us a thumbs up. Hit that like button and subscribe. You know, show your love for the Hip Horse. And let me know if you're going to be at the Breeders' Cup, everybody. It's going to be a great event. People from all over the world. If you're a true horse fan, owner, player, trainer, whatever, definitely something you have to check out. And Santa Anita, just picturesque, should be perfect weather there. So November 4th, that's on Saturday, everybody. Let's get to the fourth race here. This is going to be the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf. 1.25 miles on the turf here. And we're going to take a look at a couple horses here that we're going to highlight here. The first one we're going to take a look at is Didia, Argentina bred. Won the Rodeo Drive Grade 2 last time out at Santa Anita, so over the track. Won at the 1.25 mile distance here that we're running. Ignacio Correas is the trainer here. This 5-year-old mare has had quite a bit of success, very close to, being, 6 for 6 in North America, only lost second by 3/4 of a length to market segmentation. It's only lost since it arrived to the U.S. Down in Argentina was just crushing all the horses down there. So this 5-year-old mare looking pretty nice, one that I'll keep my eye on. The next one we'll move on to is Gina Romantica. Chad Brown trains this 4-year-old filly. Chad Brown, very nice with the fillies and obviously on the turf also. First Lady Grade 1, won by a nose, really nice, made a strong move to beat out an Italian who also in this race. That was at the mile distance. On the turf, won 3 out of 6 starts and also has 2 places in there, so shows up on the big turf races. Has $1.1 million in earning, and it's the daughter of Into Mischief. Peter Brandt and Chad Brown, strong connection there. That's Gina Romantica. Next one we'll take a look at is In Spiral. In Spiral, coming over from Great Britain, Josh Godson trains here. This is the daughter of Frankel, 4-year-old filly. Looks pretty nice. Won the Shun Charlet Grade 1 at Newmarket last time. Also won a Grade 1 at France before that. So 4 starts in 2023, over $1 million. Last year, over $1 million. $2.5 million for this 4-year-old filly. So knows how to show up and win in big races. So I really like the connections here, and I think that this 4-year-old filly has a really nice shot. That's In Spiral. Next one we're going to move on to is Lindy. Lindy is a 3-year-old filly. It's going to be trained by Brendan Walsh. This filly was second by a half last time behind Majah. 1.125 miles last time. That was at Keeneland. Before that, won its first North American start. It was doing pretty well over there in France. Won a couple races. Second in a Grade 3, second in a Grade 1. Then came over to the U.S. in really nice form. Put up a 99 buyer last time. That's Lindy, the French bred. And the last one we'll mention here is going to be Warm Heart. Warm Heart is going to be trained by Aidan O'Brien. Has won 5 of its last 6 starts in its career, won 8 out of 5. This daughter of Galileo, this 3-year-old filly looks pretty nice. Won the 1.5 miles last 2 times out. It's going to be going to the 1.25 miles. When it ran the 1.25 miles, did win the fillies trial last time. It was at this distance, so 2 for 2 at the distance, won 5 out of 7 on the turf. Aidan O'Brien is not coming around here to mess around. All my European friends, you know who you are. Simon Fear. Let us know what you think about these Europeans I put down in this filly and mare turf sprint turf here, going 1.25 miles. That's going to be race number 4. All right, everybody, let's move on to race number 5. This is going to be the Breeders' Cup filly and mare sprint. I was jumping the gun there. This is race number 5, grade 1, 7 furlongs, 3 years old plus $1 million purse. Let's get right to it. I'm going to try to flow through this as fast as I can. First one we're going to take a look at is Edda. Bob Baffert trains, won 8 out of 11 career starts, 679 in earnings. Last time finished third in a grade 3 at Santa Anita, going 6.5 furlongs. Before that, it won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row. So this one was on a tear. Going back to 2021, to its 2-year-old season, pretty much. This is a daughter of Munnings. Bob Baffert trains home court here. Really nice workouts at Santa Anita after that last race. Did finish third behind Kristen Bosch and Clearly Unhinged, who are also in this race, but Edda is one that I will be taking a look at here. Next one I'd like to take a quick look at is Goodnight Olive, trained by Chad Brown, 5-year-old mare, daughter of Ghost Zapper. Second in the Battle Arena last time at Saratoga. Muddy track there, going 7 furlongs. Before that, won the Bed of Roses grade 2 from Belmont on a fast track. Third in the grade 1 before that, did win the grade 1 Madison, has won 11 out of 8 career starts, in the money in every single start, 11 starts, 8 wins, 2 place, 1 show, over 1.6 million in earnings for Chad Brown, another Chad Brown trainee. Looks very nice. That's going to be Good Night Olive. Let's move on to the next one here. Move on down my list to the next one we're going to talk about is Kirsten Bosch, trained by John Sadler. That last performance really impressive in that grade 3 at Santa Anita. Won by 1.3 miles at 6-1. Before that, finished second in a grade 3. I think this one's coming up on its better games. This 4-year-old filly, a daughter to Midnight Loot. John Sandler trains, and this one, a lot of talk about how nice this one is working coming into the race. You might get a little bit of a price here. Did win a grade 3 last time. Before that, doesn't have, all those major wins. 17 starts, 4 wins, 5 place, and 2 show. That's Kirsten Bosch for the John Sadler barn. Let's move on to the last one that we're going to talk about here. It's going to be Society. Steve Asmussen trains this daughter of Gunrunner, classic winner back in the day. 4-year-old filly, chestnut filly, looking really nice. Last 2 times out, 105 buyer, won by 10 plus in the Chicago grade 3, and then won by 5 plus last time in the Pink Ribbon. Before that, in the graded ones, maybe not as much luck. Was in the Distaff last year and only finished 7 after coming in after winning the Colton last year, grade 1. So this filly, if this runs, this filly could run the race that, she's known to run, 106 and 105, those last 2. Says she's in the right direction, but she will be part of the speed scenario, and that's the last one I'll talk about here in this race. There's quite a bit of speeds here, so Society should be a major factor there, but it's going to take a lot to hold off this very highly competitive field. Talking about the Breeders' Cup, everybody, best horses in the world, trainers saving up, trying to get in the races so they could get to here or enter them in here. This is what horse racing is all about, the World Series of horse racing, the Breeders' Cup. It's going to be at Santa Anita, November 3rd and 4th, and that's what we're talking about here. We went through a couple races for you real quick, and we're going to move on to the next. Let's go to the Breeders' Cup Mile on the turf for 3-year-olds plus. First one we're going to talk about here is Gina Romantica. We talked about this one a little bit earlier for the other entry in the race. So I like in the First Lady one, Chad Brown trains Peter Brandt. As I said before, same stuff goes here. Daughter of Into Mischief won 5 out of 10, 1.1 million in the money, 7 out of 10. It's been all over, winning all over. Won pretty nicely, in the First Lady, coming up to close. So if there's a lot of speed here, expect a Gina Romantica to be right there in the mix. The next one I'll talk about is In Italian. In Italian, I think, likes this distance a little bit more. That's why I didn't bring it up last race when I was talking about where In Italian might be. And we still don't know exactly. We're shooting this before post positions are drawn and where some of these colts and fillies, where these fillies and mares might go. But let's talk about In Italian, another Chad Brown trainee, second in the First Lady, second in the Diana, both nosed out, also going to be part of the speed. But this is where In Italian might be able to do it at the mile distance. 7 starts, 4 wins, 2 place, 1 show. Look at this mare, 5-year-old mare, and she's so consistent. 102 buyer, 104, 104, 100, 103, 100, 105. So really nice, great Britain bred. Chad Brown's got this filly looking really nice coming into the Breeders' Cup. Moving on to the next one we'll chat about real quick, and that's Master of the Seas. Charles Appleby trains, 33% trainer here. Second, just nosed out in the turf mile last time at Keeneland, grade 1 there, lost up to the Mark, who also is in this race here. This 5-year-old gelding, looking pretty nice. I mean, I like Charles Appleby. Anytime he's bringing a horse over here, you got to appreciate 39% in stakes races, 39% on the turf. So this 5-year-old gelding looks to be a monster. Godolphin, owner and breeder here. So Master of the Seas, Irish bred for all of our Irish folks over there. The next one we're going to move on to is Majad. Or Mage. I think obviously having some trouble with my pronunciations. Thanks for all the help, everybody. But I like this one. Won the grade 1 from Keeneland last time, 1 mile and 1/8. Going to also be part of the speed scenario. Before that, won 3 in a row. UAE, 2 in UAE, and 1 in Great Britain, including a grade 1 over there in Newmarket. So I like the chances of this one. Bin Sarar Saeed trains this 3-year-old filly, daughter of Exceed and Excel. So don't know too much about the breeding in that one, but 2 for 2 at the distance on the turf, 9 turf starts, 6 wins. So that's Mage, an Irish bred. And let's move on to the next one. Paddington. Another great bred. A lot of turf. I've been watching a lot of Breeders' Cup races. I hedge to lean towards the European horses on the turf in a lot of situations, especially the longer distant races. They just have a lot more turf racing going on, and obviously lots of talented colts, fillies, mares coming over there from overseas. And we're talking about all the regulars out there. Put down in the comments, guys, get involved who you like here. Let me talk about Paddington, and I got one more, and then we'll move on to the next race. Breeders' Cup Mile, we're still on race 6, everybody. Paddington, Aidan O'Brien was favorite in the Queen Elizabeth grade 1 from Ascot last time. Had some trouble. Favorite in the grade 1 from Juddmonte from York. Finished 3rd before that. Won a grade 1 over there at Goodwood. And also another grade 1. So it's got a couple grade 1s under its belt. And obviously has the factor of Aidan O'Brien. First North American starts, 43%. Graded stakes races, 29%. Another Great Britain bred horse here. So that's Paddington. And the last one we'll talk to is going to be Up the Mark. Todd Pletcher trains this Kentucky bred. We got a Kentucky bred here, not a colt, son of Not This Time. Rapoli Stables and St. Elias Stable pair up here. Won the turf mile, grade 1 at the mile distance at Keeneland. Won 2 before that, so won 3 grade 1s in a row here. Todd Pletcher, seeing this 4-year-old colt ready to go. Won 5 out of 6 on the turf. Won 2 out of 3 at the distance here. Not This Time seems to be the sire seems to be a really good quality for this distance, and I think Todd Pletcher is going to have up to the mark, ready to fire here in the Breeders' Cup Mile. Let's move on to the next race. Just trying to fire through this, everyone. This is the first look. We will have more picks coming later in the week. Breeders' Cup Distaff. This is going to be race number 7, mile and eighth, for $2 million in purse. And this is going to be for 3-year-olds upward, fillies and mares. So let's get right to it. I only marked a couple down in this one, so this should be a little bit quicker. Let me know who you like here. I'm trying to find and pick up a couple more horses here going into this race. Adair Manor is going to be my top choice. Adair Manor is going to be my top choice. Bob Baffert, this 4-year-old filly, is the daughter of Uncle Mo, won by 5+ in the Zenyatta Grade 2 from Santa Anita. Won the Hirsch Grade 1 before that. At Del Mar, has 9 starts at Santa Anita, 6 wins and 3 plays, so always in the mix there. This daughter of Uncle Mo, really nice workouts, at Santa Anita coming into the race, some nice bullets there. And I think Bob Baffert, 28% on the year, he's going to be ready to fire a couple winners here, so you got to pay attention to Bob Baffert here in Southern California. That's going to be the first one. Adair Manor is going to be my top pick. And the next one is Idiomatic. This one trained by Brad Cox, 4-year-old filly. Very impressive. Won the Grade 1 Spinster last time out. Won a Grade 1 before that, Grade 2, Grade 3. Won 8 out of 11 career starts. Juddmont Farm, owner, breeder, nice little outlet there. 4-year-old filly is the daughter of Curlin. Nice workout tab coming in. So Idiomatic is the 2 that I'm highlighting here. Adair Manor and Idiomatic are the 2 that I'm focusing on here, that we're going to focus in on this video. That's the Breeders' Cup Distaff. Last one actually I'll mention here is Randomized. Can't leave this Chad Brown filly out. Daughter of Nyquist, and won 4 out of its last 6. Last 3 races, very impressive. Won by 3, won by 4, won by 1.5. So Randomized is the other one that we'll talk about here. As we're taking a look at this too, we will have our official picks out. Obviously, post positions and what goes on from here all the way up to the race. A lot of things can happen. So there's 3 and the Breeders' Cup Distaff to take a look at. Let's move on to the Breeders' Cup Turf, a 1.5 miles on the turf, everybody. I'm trying to fire through this as fast as I can. Like I said, this is just a quick first look, no post positions, not after their works or how they've been on the track, so make sure you're paying attention to all the information that's out there. There's quite a bit to have for you, so I think that if you pay attention to everything, and obviously here at the Hip Horse, we're going to be live at the Breeders' Cup doing a lot of information for you. The first horse in the Breeders' Cup Race 8, the Breeders' Cup Turf, 1.5 miles. So this is a long one here. So I'm probably going to take a look at some of my European horses. First one is an Aidan O'Brien trained horse. Auguste Rodin, trained by Aidan O'Brien, was first in the Irish Championship Grade 1 in Ireland last time out. Also won the Irish Derby Grade 1 and the Epsom Grade 1 from Great Britain. So has a bunch of Grade 1 victories under its belt. Won 6 out of 9 starts, $2.8 million in earnings, so some serious money earning here. Aidan O'Brien, all of his stats, I already told you about some of those, but strong connections coming over here for this one. Auguste Rodin. And let's move on to the next one we'll talk about is King of Steel. King of Steel is trained by Roger Varian. Just won the champion Grade 1 from Ascot last time out at 1.25 miles. Also has won at this distance nicely. Won the Grade 2. Second in the Grade 1 behind Auguste Rodin, only by a half, the one I was just talking about. I think that this horse coming over from Europe is a Kentucky bred, but done all of its running over in Europe, Great Britain and Ireland, mostly in Great Britain. And that last win shows me, puts up a time form rating of 123. King of Steel might be another one to pay attention to moving forward. The next one, another Irish bred, Mostafa. Distaff. And I know I'm pronouncing some of these wrong. I do apologize. I'm trying my best, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I'm Tommy D on the Hip Horse. Let's move on. The Juddmonte International Grade 1 from York last time. John Godson trains this 5-year-old. The sire is Frankel. Won 2 in a row, so back-to-back Grade 1s over there in Great Britain. Shadwell Stable, strong owner, breeder, outlet. They mean some serious business here, so that's Mostafa, Irish bred. Next one we're going to talk about is one that we just chatted about a little bit, is Up to the Mark Todd Pletcher, 4-year-old colt, trained by Todd Pletcher. Nosed out last time won the Turf Mile Grade 1, beaten Master of the Sea. Rapoli Stable, strong connections here. Won the Manhattan Big, won the Turf Classic Big. Just very impressive its last 3 races, and won to sit right off the pace and close. So Up to the Mark. The next one we'll talk about is, where are you? We gotta go up to the top. I skipped over this one, and I was going in alphabetic order, and I passed this one over. So let me know what you guys think in this race. Also put down, but Bolshoi Ballet, also trained by Aidan O'Brien, won by 4+ in the Sword Dancer. I remember seeing this at Saratoga over a yielding turf course, going 1.5. In its first North American start. It was pretty impressive. Sire here of Galileo. Winning by 4+ impressively. That Grade 1 was very nice. Was in the Breeders' Cup Turf last in 2021. Finished 6th there, so didn't have too much success. That was at Del Mar that year. But this 5-year-old looks like it's got some talent. Another Irish one. So all my Europeans, throw down in the comments, guys, do I got a chance with some of these European horses coming over here or what? Let's move on to the next race, number 9. They switched it up, so the Classic is not the last race anymore due to college football. It's going to be running 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time or 3:40 Pacific Standard Time, or wherever you may be catching this from. It's going to be 1.25 miles, and it's a Grade 1, obviously. And Arabian Night, you got to take a look at. This one's training really nice. Bob Baffert, trainee. Its home court is Santa Anita, but has never actually had a race at Santa Anita, so it does a lot of its workouts and training there. This is a 3-year-old colt, son of Uncle Mo. They paid $2.3 million for this one. Just a fast colt. I'm a little concerned about the speed, but did put up a 101 buyer and was able to win it 1.25 miles last time in the Pacific Classic at Del Mar. So very impressive. So got to talk about that one. Archangelo has done nothing wrong, winning the Travers, winning the Belmont, winning the Peter Pan, breaking its maiden, really, truly impressive, winning 4 out of 5 as a 3-year-old. This 3-year-old gray, Sire's Arrogate, pretty nice for $35,000 purchase at the Keeneland September 2021 sale. Archangelo making a lot of headway here, trained by Jenna Antonucci. So Archangelo is one you definitely got to keep your eye on there. And then moving on down to Mage. Mage is, one shows up and performs in a lot of big races. Didn't do much at Travers on the muddy track, going 1.25 miles. Before that, 2nd in the Haskell, 3rd in the Preakness, won the Kentucky Derby. So we know the talent, the skill is there. Going to be trying to, get back to that mile, 1.25 distance here in the Breeders' Cup Classic. This is the classic race. Not sure that coming into the best race, but we at least got to talk about it as our Kentucky Derby winner. Let's move on down to the next one I would like to bring up is the Japanese horse, Yushaba Tesoro. This Japanese 6-year-old, very impressive, trained by Noboru Tagagi. Won by 2.5 last time, won by 2 3/4 before. One is 3 for 3 this year, has won 10 out of 30 in its career for $9.5 million in earnings. This year alone, $7.8 million in earnings, winning in big races in Japan and then in UAE. The winner of the Dubai World Cup. Yushaba Tesoro, this Japanese bred, looks like could be the real deal and might be the best chance. The Japanese have had in a while to take a chance at the Breeders' Cup Classic. So Yushaba Tesoro, this Japanese, I think has a real chance here, everybody. And then the last and final one I'm going to mention is White Barrio. After a monster performance in the Whitney, winning by 6 1/4. Very nice win there. After seeing that, and if it could run anywhere near that race, putting up that 110 buyer, it might have a chance to come off the pace and close. I feel like there's a lot of fast race horses in this race. It is the Breeders' Cup Classic. I know, calling me crazy, but looking at these races, every single horse here is very talented if they're in the Breeders' Cup. So that's the Breeders' Cup Classic. Quick look, guys. These aren't the official picks. Quick look. We just want to do a quick look here before the draw comes out for you. All right, let's move on to the next, the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint, 5 furlongs on the turf. $1 million purse. This is going to be race number 10. And let's take a look at a couple here. At first look that caught my eye. Big Invasion, 4-year-old colt, trained by Christophe Clement. Won grade 2 from Woodpine over a 6 furlongs yielding turf course last time. Has won 6 out of 9 at the distance here. This 4-year-old colt, the son of Declaration of War. Bullet workouts at Saratoga after its last race, so you gotta like to see that. And this colt, 14 starts, 8 wins, 3 place, and 1 show. So this 4-year-old should be ready to go. Christophe Clement, very solid trainer here. Turf sprints 23%. Let's move on to the next one we're going to highlight real quick, and that's Live in the Dream. Gotta love the name here. Adam West trains this Irish bred. Came over to the Woodward. Was favored at the post, a very competitive race, got 4th by 3 1/4. So he might not get the best, might get a good price here. Won a grade 1 at York before that. Has won 6 out of 19 starts. This year has won 3 out of 7. So best, by far, his 4-year-old, this 4-year-old gelding has been running really nicely for trainer Adam West. Let's move on to the next one. We're going to talk about Motorius. Motorius, trained by Phil D'Amato. First won last time in the Green Flash, quite nicely, grade 3. Before that, second in the turf sprint, grade 2 at Churchill Downs. Has 5 starts over the Santa Anita turf, including 2 wins, 2 place, and 1 show. 4 starts at the distance, 2 win, 2 place. So Phil D'Amato should have this 5-year-old gelding ready to rock and roll. Some nice workouts coming in at Santa Anita over the training track. So been there locally in Southern California with Phil D'Amato. This is another Great Britain bred horse, but trained by Phil D'Amato. Let's move to the next one we're going to talk about, and that's going to be Roses for Deborah. Another Christophe Clement trained horse, the 3rd last time in a grade 3 from the Parks. It was a 5 furlong yielding turf course, so might have some trouble there. Went off as the favorite. Before that, won 4 in a row quite easily. Pimlico, Belmont, and Saratoga, so one of different tracks. This 4-year-old gray filly is the daughter of Liam's Map. Nice little workout after that Parks. A couple good workouts coming in. And Christophe Clement, like I said, a solid trainer. And that's going to be the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint at 5 furlongs. Once again, everybody, I keep telling you, please get involved. I love when you guys get involved. Put down in the comments who you like. Hit that like, subscribe, ring the bell. Tommy D on the Hip Horse. I'll be live at the Breeders' Cup. Let me know if you're going to be there. All right, everybody. The last and final race we're going to talk about here is race 11. 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Grade 1, this is going to be the Breeders' Cup Sprint to end the Breeders' Cup Classic. What an unbelievable day we have. First one we'll take a look at is Dr. Shivel, trained by Mark Glatt. Put up a 103 in the Grade 2 from Saratoga last time. Before that, nosed out in the Bing Crosby to the Chosen Brawn and Anarchist, who are both in this race. 14 career starts, 7 wins, 2 place, 3 show for $1.3 million. Sire is Violence here for this 5-year-old trained by Mark Glatt. The next one I'm going to talk about is a Bob Baffert trainee, 3-year-old colt, son of Bayern. Really nice training coming in here. Second nosed out to Dr. Shivel, who I just talked about. Won Grade 3 at Del Mar, going a mile on the turf. So this one's going to be going from the turf back to the dirt. Had some really nice works coming in here. That's Speedboat Beach. Obviously, Bob Baffert here in Southern California is going to try to get some wins here. This 3-year-old colt, 5 starts, 3 wins, 1 place. Nice works coming in, 29% for Bob Baffert. Like I said, he's going to want to get a win here at the Breeders' Cup. Probably find a win or 2 somewhere along the way. Next one is the Chosen Brawn. Eric Krujak trains here. This 5-year-old gelding, 17 career starts, 13 wins. This year, 5 for 5 in 2023, including wins in the Bing Crosby, Thor's Echo, Sensational Star, the Tis Now. So some really nice wins there. Eric Krujak trains one of the best, horses in his barn, this 5-year-old gelding, son, of Vronsky. 5 for 5 this year, so doing nothing wrong, putting up a 96 buyer last time and improving. Nice workouts coming in, so Chosen Vron, one to keep your eye on. Last and final one I'll talk about here. A lot of horses thrown at you. And once again, this is the First Luck Breeders' Cup, Saturday, November 4th. All the big horses are going to be running here on this day at Santa Anita in Arcadia, California. So, all right, everybody, we made it. That's the end. Thanks for sticking with me if you made it all the way through all the races there. First Look Breeders' Cup, Saturday, November 4th. Hit that like, subscribe, ring the bell. I'll be live at the Breeders' Cup, live content here on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe so we pop up. And let us know who you like in the comments, everybody. I know a lot of the Sharpies, a lot of my Europeans. Let us know who's coming over, who has a chance. Everybody else out there, who do you like? Put down there in the comments. Get involved. We like it when you do it here on the Hip Horse. Tommy D, more videos coming out. Breeders' Cup official picks will be out later in the week. Post positions will be drawn on Monday, everybody. Lots of information to take in, so get involved. And right around the corner, Breeders' Cup 2023. Giddy up.